Da, da, da. Are we live? We're live! Here's our titles. Dork Court.
Dork Court.
It goes on water and it's full of dorks. All right. I'm very excited.
Dork Court.
This is Mark Espinoza. And
That's my
as
name.
always, I'm Larry Young. We're taking back Dork Court. Now, you remember right before the Rona started, my kid and I started doing funny stuff, and you and Steve were like right there and said, hey man, we have to come over. We have to show you how to do it. And I remember we just had such a blast talking about James Bond, saying like ridiculous stuff like, you know, broccoli owns James Bond and he invented broccoli, the vegetable, you know.
I remember my partner got mad at me because they were trying to set up their insurance and they were like, why are they talking about James Bond when they could be here helping me set up my insurance? I'm like, come on, man.
Oh man. There's Steve. We were just kind of reminiscing about the old days pre-Rona when Dork Court was us and, you know, a tween. And now, you know, Walker's so goddamn cool he can't be bothered.
All right.
Only
because she's in the other room. So Harper's home, one of my daughter's oldest, and I showed her a picture from the Christmas card. So thank you. Oh, and okay. Then I proceeded to show her the picture that you posted on Facebook of Walker, where he looks like he's, you know, an action star.
Oh,
he looks like he's like 28 and like just got done with like Die Hard 7.
Yeah, exactly.
And she was a little gaga for it. Yes.
Oh.
Someone looks cute. That's what I was told.
That's
now
awesome.
If I hear screaming in the background, because she heard me say it.
You bastard!
Well, that's awfully nice. You know, it's pretty cool because Walker's not growing up entitled. Like if I looked like that kid, like the first 15 years of his life, and then like woke up one day and went, I don't want to be a doughy comic book writer. I want to be fucking Jason Statham writing comics. And he worked out for a year and a half with a football team. And then just woke up one day and started looking like Chris Pratt. And I'm like, I guess there's something to this eating right and working out thing.
Oh, I keep waiting for me to become fit. Like one day I'm going to wake up and I'm like, oh, there it is. Thank God. Oof. I didn't think it was ever going to come. That and chest hair.
That never happened?
Not yet. I'm waiting for it. It's going to happen any day. I can feel it.
Oh, yeah. I had to dig out an old pic of me when I was around Walker's age to show him my high school yearbook photo as a junior. I had a beard. And I was like, look, man, your beard is about right for where you are in your growth. Like, he's like really mad he doesn't have like the Chris Hemsworth Ragnarok beard. And I'm like, it just doesn't work that way. Like your beard will fill in, but look where mine was. It was like,
it takes time.
I had a mustache and 5 whiskers on my chin.
Steve remembers what my mustache looked like in college.
High school, college. That was a high school picture, wasn't it?
Was El Guapo.
So, Larry, let me tell you a joke. We've probably told you the story a million times, but there was a bet that I made to Mark when we worked together in the comic book store back in Jersey. Do you remember, Mark? Do you want to? Do you? No, I feel like it's your story. I feel like it's you. So here, the baton.
He said to me that I think like every day I grow my mustache, he'll give me $1, and then he'll like exponentially double it every day after that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, hypothetically, he would owe me, his kids would be my kids because he would have to give them to me.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like,
and he wouldn't take me up on this bet because
it was a gateway. Because I know if I take one fucking bet from this guy.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see that one.
You know.
Yeah.
Hey, I dare you to go open mouth kiss that cop right over there real quick. I'll give you $20. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll have to do it.
Steve is like the closest guy to Rumpelstiltskin we know, isn't he? Yeah. Maybe not Rumpelstiltskin, definitely Loki. You got that like God of Mischief thing going on. It's like, hey, I'm a regular straight-laced guy and I need to live vicariously, and you guys are stupid, so Here, I can't stop these ideas, but I can stop myself from doing them.
Maybe.
Unlike you two.
Maybe.
Anyway, I'm wearing my paratrooper suit today. I felt like we were parachuting in from the past to reactivate Dork Court.
I love it.
Did you see what I wrote on Facebook? Deeds, not words, and then words, not prompts. I was reading my Facebook from last year, and the AI thing was in full swing. And some idiot said to me, I said it was still early days, right? So I'm like, hey, I'll be cool with this if you guys just call yourselves like AI writers or something. My big problem is it's AI artists, and there's nothing artist about it. You're just typing, like you're not even writing. And this guy said, I was trying to be cool. I said, there's literally no difference between me writing a comic book screenplay. Oh, look at that suit. Nice one, Mark.
I got nothing as good.
He
it's a little snug.
You told me, you're like, I'm a small, and I'm like, well, Walker can't fit in this anymore. Like, let's see what happens.
It was those 5 years during the snap. I had to eat all the donuts that were left behind.
The Han Solo, you gained 30 pounds and being frozen in carbonate. Come out.
I never. Is that like a thing that people like talk about? I never noticed that. Like Harrison Ford is bigger in Jedi, or
well, in '83 I was 20 years old, so that's peak like being bitchy and catty at everyone and hoping, the apocalypse happens so you can not have to listen to the adults. The grups tell you things, you know what I mean? So I'm like waiting for Return of the Jedi. First, it's called Revenge of the Jedi. I can't fucking wait, right? This is it. Luke is gonna fucking kick ass and take names, and then they're like, "Oh no, this is the teddy bear one." So I kind of came out of Return of the Jedi a little pissed off. So I was like, I had to wait 3 years for this, and Harrison Ford like gained more weight than I did.
What was your do you think you can recall your gut reaction to seeing the Ewoks?
Well, yeah, I mean, they had pics of them in Starlog a few months before, and everybody reads the novelization. And that's why I don't care about spoilers. Like, I grew up as a nerd where you wanted to fucking know all this stuff.
Sure.
Right? So we knew it was coming, but it was still, I mean, for me and my friends, like, it's too bad Rick Austin isn't here because we were there together opening day. And it was just kind of like, really, we waited 3 years for this? Because 3 years between Star Wars and Empire was fucking great. And at the end, it's just that had never happened before to us as fanboys. That there's just, that's the end of this movie, but there's no resolution to the narrative. Fucking wait for the next one. And I was like, I remember actually talking to my uncle about this, my mother's brother. He was like, yeah, that's the serials. That's what happened to us when we were kids. I'm like, yeah, but you can go back next Saturday.
Right.
Like, we have to wait 3 years, man. And he's like, oh, well, whatever. Star Wars is better than Flash Gordon. So there you go. Wait 3 years. But,
you checking out an old Starlog, Mark, just to confirm?
Yeah, speaking of.
Oh, Time Cop. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Man.
I think this JVC guy is going to be, he's going to blow up. I think he's going to be pretty big.
I wish there were 5 Time Cop movies. I think that was great.
One scene in that movie where the old, like, what is it? Are they like stealing gold or whatever it is? And then
he's just going back and he's like bringing back stock information to his younger self.
Right, but do you remember the one scene where they all it's all like the old timey guys, and then all of a sudden they break out like the machine guns? Like that scene right there is just enough to like. Hold on, let me find it so we can.
Yeah, there's that scene, and then there's the like time travel montage in the middle. Like Captain America does this, where there's like a montage scene of them killing Nazis and Cap shooting machine gun and all those fucking guys, and you're like, can I see that movie? And it's the same thing with Time Cop. There's like the time montage. It's like, okay, we're stopping guys in the rain from a Civil War gold rush thing, right?
Right.
And now we're in old France, and the guy comes out, and he's got to, take like there's like 6 quick scenes like that, and I'm like, just show me that movie. Like this one thing with fucking what's his name, Ron Silver, right?
Silver.
Ron Silver as the.
I like
bad
Ron
guy.
Silver. I think he's dead. I think he passed away.
R.I.P.
He's very dead. The only thing I liked him in was fucking Heat Vision and Jack. Have you guys ever seen that?
No.
Wait, that's the motorcycle.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Is it actually like? Is it Jack Black? Is it the voice of one of them?
It's Jack Black
Ben Stiller?
as like a Steve Austin kind of astronaut that gets into a space accident and knows everything. And at the same time that happens, his best friend, Owen Wilson, his soul gets put into a motorcycle. And then they fight Ron Silver, who is the actor Ron Silver from Hollywood, who is secretly an evil guy trying to take over the world. Oh my fucking God. And it's all written by Ben Stiller and half of Zoolander's in it because they.
What's it called?
Heat Vision and Jack. And it's basically a ripoff of all those cool like late 70s, early 80s action TV shows. And it's like, why are we not on season 7 of that?
Hey Mark, do you remember how did you add the video? How did you snoop in the video?
Present.
Love it. What do I want to do? I want an extra.
It's like
nope. Video file. Nope. All right, we're figuring this out. Woo-hoo!
Oh, you're going to try to show it? Yeah, whatever. That's cool. That's above my pay grade. Technology. I'll say hey to Chuck Gilbert. Yo. Chris Sagasag is here. Hector Gonzalez. The Qui-Gonzalez of all the Jedi. Oh, there you go. Look at you. Now, do you know how much of this you can show before YouTube?
I get sued?
Yeah. That looks pretty generic so far.
There we go.
Morning.
Expand that screen, motherfucker.
Morning. Y'all mind stepping aside? You know what I
there
think?
You go.
No, sir, I don't.
I think you got yourself a shipment of gold in that wagon that you're bringing to General Lay's.
Just who might you be?
Friend of the Confederacy?
Why don't y'all just show us what a good friend you are by stepping aside?
Uh-oh.
I'd be most happy to. Except first, I'd be
I'm
much
kind of
obliged
curious
if
about
you could
this,
give me that
actually.
gold.
Because you're just taking it from YouTube already, right?
Yeah. And we're commenting
We're on YouTube.
Right.
you
So this
did.
is a reaction
that
to
gold
something
now.
on YouTube.
Listen,
Yeah.
mister. It
Look
ain't
how
very
well
nice
we
out
remembered
here, as
this,
you
though.
can
I
plain
saw this
see.
movie once
There are
back
5
in
of us.
1992
I
or
don't know
whatever.
what y'all are about, except if you don't step aside now, I'd just as soon kill you.
Not a
What
yep
the
yep.
guy's
I'm
You
gonna,
coat?
want to die out here in this miserable weather? That's your choice.
Oh, that is the
I'm
opening
going to ask
scene.
you one more time.
Yeah.
Would you please give me the gold?
I think those things would have got the horses, too.
Yeah, right. Guy, perfect aim.
I mean,
That was cool.
that as your intro to the movie. Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah. And then it's all downhill from there. Kinda.
Yeah, I mean, it's hamstrung by being based on a Dark Horse comic from the 90s. It's not, you know what I mean? I think they did a great job for what they were working with. But I'm also one of those guys that bought the Barbed Wire soundtrack,
Barbed Wire is a cool movie. I like Barbed Wire.
It's hard to go wrong. Speaking of the bones of another story, it's just Casablanca.
Yeah, Casablanca. Yeah.
With Pamela Anderson throwing her boobs around. What's wrong with that?
No,
I mean,
no hate
maybe
here.
better than the original.
Perhaps, yes. Certainly better than Humphrey Bogart's.
I feel like there's more boobs in it. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I
boobs.
haven't seen the first one in a while, so Casablanca, that is.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
like, you haven't seen
Yeah.
Humphrey
I
Bogart?
mean, Humphrey Bogart did have a barbed wire tattoo around his arm. So
Did he? I never caught that in what is that? The African Queen? I
love that she did that for the film, right? And sort of made that part of the marketing. Like, yes, this is part of the character, but the character is also me, and like everybody got into it to the point where like all the Pamela Anderson wannabe girls like got real barbed wire tattoos, and I was like, wow, I just thought that was really interesting. And now we have Taylor Swift on the cover of Time magazine. So talk about using your powers for good. Queen Tay, you're a person of the year. Great. Can I bring my cat and now get 20 million people to, register to vote. Like,
So
that girl's insane.
Barbed wire walks so Taylor Swift can run. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. Just basically, Pamela Anderson is the Rosa Parks of our world. That's the clip. That's the out of context clip of the show to get me canceled. Anyway, so Steve showed us What If season 2. Oh my god!
That's the crazy part. You guys didn't see that trailer?
I had not seen that. Did that come out like a month ago or something?
Yesterday. That was.
Oh no, I hadn't. Dude, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's the holidays, people.
All right.
Work,
so with that being said, how good is that trailer?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like out of the year.
I just love the usage of the holidays to make it even better.
Yes, exactly. And I really liked hearing the girl from Two Waitresses or whatever.
Darcy.
Darcy, like she has such a distinctive voice. I was like, cartoons, who cares? And the second she says some holiday joke, I was like, oh, well, this has legitimacy now. I will pay attention to the rest of this. And it was great. Justin Hammer making, Santa armor jokes. Like, I was all into it.
Maybe is him. It sounded like him. Whoever these voice actors are.
I'm okay if it's not, I understand some of the bigger guys are.
I'm checking right now because I was interested to see like who is in the cast that wasn't in the cast. I think everyone's back.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, almost everybody.
I don't know. I think that's great. I mean, because I know Tom Holland didn't do Spider-Man and RDJ didn't do Iron Man. But, I could see them doing it, honestly. Like, before might have been a scheduling thing. I can't get over there.
I'm getting gone. Oh, wait, maybe. Wait, hold on. We might have
Yeah, Hector says it was Sam Rockwell.
Nice.
So, yeah, great.
Well, according to IMDb, season 2 has 9 episodes, and there is a season 3. Has that even been discussed?
Wait, no. Huh? I thought this was
I haven't
season
heard
2.
that, but maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe IMDb's just getting a little anxious.
Yeah, I mean, Internet Movie Database. It's like anything, like Wikipedia. You can put stuff up there, and I have a Wikipedia entry for the MTV thing. Like, really?
You guys were talking about the Russo brothers today. What was that all about? I thought I missed something.
They were
ready for full circle
community directors for that.
Yeah.
So that's how they got the Marvel gigs based on the paintball thing. So we were just saying, like, who looks at the paintball episodes and goes, oh, I got to give these guys a $200 million tentpole movie that fucking is the linchpin of everything that Disney's going to do for the next 10 years.
Right. Because it was
that's a pretty big leap of faith, right? And they slam it. Yeah, I just think it's great.
No, because it was the rabbit hole because the new Beverly Hills Cop Axel F.
Yes,
called,
right? That came out today.
And then I was like, "What an amazing trailer!" I thought, First off, what an amazing trailer. 2, love that they brought back everyone. Like,
yeah,
I have to check.
Is Rick Moranis sent back?
Moranis? Oh.
I love both of you guys. Went, what?
I'm like, hold on. I'm like, who is he?
Because I know Paul Reiser's in it. Both of the Beverly Hills Cop partners are in it. Bronson Pinchot is in it.
Is he going to be in it?
He's in it. He's in the car. He pulls up.
I
don't know if you hear him, but you see him. I think you hear him because I think he calls him whatever he used to call him. I don't know about the ladies. I don't know about the lady, and I don't know. And I think isn't Dick Jones from RoboCop his old?
Yeah, he's the captain. Well,
but I think he's dead.
Yeah, that guy's gone.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's check.
I love the thing about Bronson Pinchot's character in the first one, right? It was just a bit part.
Oh, I would.
He just took over because he was bored, and they went, "Oh no, you keep that camera on that guy. That's lightning." And so I think that's cool that he's back for this one. 30 years later.
Is that real? Did that happened? Kevin Costner was going to be Indy's brother. That's wild. I would love to have seen that.
It's like Wikipedia, though. You can just edit whatever you want in there.
Surge.
That's right. That's his. Anyway, so back to the whole Russo brothers thing, because we were talking, and I was like, "Wow, what a really great trailer!" One, I think even when when he's in the back of the car and he's talking, it seems like they wrote Eddie Murphy like they wrote Axel Foley, like the original character, and I was okay, I was like, I have to figure out who's writing the screenplay, because they've nailed his character again. They obviously didn't get the people from the original, and I can't imagine it's Eddie Murphy like ad-libbing it. So then I went down the rabbit hole of like looking who the writers are and then looking who the director. First off, the director, the only thing he's ever done were those the Apple commercials that were all during COVID, but it was like The Underdogs. I think it was called The Underdogs or Apple at Work. I think it was the series was called Apple at Work. They were like those really long like vignettes of like people using all of like Apple products to like. Underdogs is the only one I remember, but I know they did a bunch of them. So anyway, that's all this director has ever done. And this is his first feature film, is like Beverly Hills Cop 4, essentially.
But who wrote it?
Guys who wrote it, what were the names? Kevin Etten, Tom Gormican. I wrote them down because I knew we would talk about it. The Etten guy was the executive producer on Workaholics. So he's the Workaholics guy. So he gets.
So that's why you guys were talking about that. Got it. Okay.
And then
it's all making sense now.
And then the other guy wrote the unbearable weight of massive talent.
Oh, massive talent. Oh, hey.
Which I'm also like, that was amazing, and he wrote that. So I'm like, the two writers for this movie are like Workaholics and the probably one of my favorite Nick Cage movies of all time. and I'm like, and then you're going to take a character from the 80s, Axel Foley, and put it back on the screen and not miss that it's a nostalgia movie. So you have to bring back all the old people. And they did that.
Yeah.
That's like people are finally figuring it out. I think, go on. I'm sorry,
I was going to say, I think that there's a cool part of the discussion to be had around that too. What you were saying about the director, right? Because if they've proved themselves that they can handle like a short form narrative like that ad campaign, what's the goddamn difference now, right? Like all movies are cut like ads anyway. And for a big franchise where you're doing, whatever, everybody wants franchises, but you can't say that Beverly Hills Cop isn't a franchise, especially if you're bringing it back and having a reboot for the new generation and all that shit. It kind of doesn't matter who the director is, and you can split with 2 weeks to go off on do another one, like that girl that did the Marvels, because it's not really an auteur thing like it was in the 70s.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like the director's just the guy who's making sure the trains are running on time, has a vision for the project and a cut of the movie in their head already, right? That's what they're getting paid for. And so if it's an advertising guy that did stuff with Apple, well, he's probably going to shoot it with his phone anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I edited it on his laptop. So I think that's kind of cool.
No, I dug it. Like I said, when I saw the I was really impressed with the trailer, and I feel like the past 2 weeks we've been bombarded with trailers because I think we were talking about it last week. I got the Dune 2 trailer, which I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
And then
about that.
Yeah, and then we got the mad. I mean, I was hype. I was following the internets because I heard the rumblings that the Furiosa trailer was going to get released, and I was just like stalking the internets to see if I could get anything on it before. And that looks awesome. Like that looks great.
Yeah.
The Dune 2 looks great. This Axel Foley movie looks great. I don't know. What it does is it kind of puts me on something's going to really be shitty. Something's going to be really stinky soon. Yeah. I got like something that I have a lot of expectation for is going to turn out to be like a complete flop.
You don't really think like that though, do you? I mean, your whole meh thing is kind of opposed because you're just as enthusiastic. It's just
you clearly care.
You're
100%. Like
Yeah.
Dune 2 could be the worst movie in the world. I will still watch it 1,000 times. So putting that aside, and the Mad Max, all the like.
That looks great.
I guess what I'm saying is like, I guess I'm waiting to be disappointed, and right now I've actually had like 3 things shared with me that I haven't been disappointed with, and that's a rarity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The glory days.
Excellent.
Well, all right, I got something for you guys. So I'm going to ask you if you've heard of this. So obviously everyone's heard of Sliders, the TV show Sliders.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does anyone know how long that ran? Do you have any idea how long that ran?
Yeah, it was like 7 seasons. It was long enough that they were firing main cast members because they were
bringing in their brothers.
So it went 5 seasons,
Was
which
it
is
5?
which is
Okay.
insane. But
Yeah.
2 of the seasons had like over 25 episodes, which is also insane. But it took me down a rap. I don't know why I went to Sliders. I was looking at something and I was just like, I was like, huh. I was trying to think of a sci-fi TV show that I hadn't watched in a while, and I was like, oh, I always used to joke about Sliders. Like whenever you like, I don't know, I think we used to see it on a sign somewhere, and I used to do like Sliders, like the
Sliders.
Anyway, did you know that they took the concept of Sliders and made another show off of it?
Like a spin-off?
Like a spin-off, like a mock spin-off.
What was the show?
It was called Doorways.
No, I never heard of it.
Okay, ready? They did a pilot. It's a show called Doorways in 1994, and guess who wrote it?
George R.R. Martin.
George R.R. Martin.
Well, he wrote Sliders.
Yeah, so
that makes sense.
And not only that, but 2 cast members are in this that are going to blow your mind. Carrie Ann Moss.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
And
get it.
Oh, how am I? Oh, look at that! Did you see that?
Yeah, you got a little thumbs up. Hey, wait, hold on. Let's see if that happens.
How did that happen? Look at that.
There you go.
Huh.
It's just Steve as the owner of the channel.
I hope
we
not.
don't. Yeah, that's because that happens to Dan too.
Oh man,
not to me.
And then
flip us off. See if we get like little birds.
Yeah, I hope not. I won't do that. You know. And then
Harper's there.
Carrie Ann Moss. Carrie Ann Moss.
I'm trying to think. So this was like 94, 95?
94. You will never get this. You'll never guess who it is, but
it's a guy.
The guy, an actor. I'm going to tell you the name. Kurtwood Smith.
Oh yeah, that's the dad from the 70s show.
Okay. I was interested to see what you said, Mark.
Well, I mean, he's also the guy from RoboCop, but you know.
He was the other guy in the show.
He's another main character in the show.
I would have loved that because that character was my dad. That was crazy.
But like, was he like the hero or the villain?
Well, I haven't watched it, but it's the whole pilot is on YouTube. We could watch it together if we wanted to.
Put it on right now.
But anyway, I was just like, I was reading about Sliders because I didn't realize that. I remember the original cast. I didn't realize that Jerry that's right. He is the president of the Federation in the undiscovered country. That is what I thought. Sagasag said, that's who I thought Larry would reference him as. Well done.
Is he a Klingon?
Send him a Quaalude or whatever those things are called.
A Quaalude. A Quaalude.
Quaalude. I knew I was close. I was close.
Chris, I'm sure Chris has a Quaalude. I'll sell him one.
But
what the hell though? What were those aliens called? Not Allurians or something? Because I like I never think of him as being the president of the Federation because he's the alien that was the cool navigator guy from Wrath of Khan 2, and they just reused the wig and mustache stuff on the dad from
really?
70s show. Yeah, so it's like. Fucking give me that old guy. Don't fucking say, oh, look, it's a whole race of aliens reusing the same wig. Screw you. Hey. Sorry.
I just rewatched Arena the other night, and that has some Deep Space Nine people on it, Babylon 5 people on it.
Ooh.
Quark?
Who directed Arena? I want
the main hero, Scott Armstrong. Wait, Larry, have you seen this movie, Arena?
No.
Oh, buddy.
I don't know what you're
Are you gonna give us the trailer, Mark?
Well, not the trailer, but at least an image. Well, fuck it. Yeah, the trailer.
When did it come out? This isn't like RoboJocks or something, is it?
Right around that time. Yes.
It's got that feel.
89?
It's the way you're talking about it.
Those two movies are like synonymous with each other in my head.
Oh my God. Don't even tell me. All right, never mind. Go on. Are you going to show the trailer?
Yes. Yes,
Huh.
yes.
I don't see it either. Am I supposed
Oh,
to?
it's coming.
Sag just said, I have one. He has one what?
What?
The little coin thing.
Oh.
What little
From Serious Star Trek.
Oh, the Quatlu. Yes. Yes, in
Looks like
fact.
I can't share. Steve can share, though.
What? How do I give you permission?
Nah, don't we shouldn't try to work out technical things while we're the kids will be like upset.
That's the best part. Watching us fumble over each other.
We're not doing content provision.
I crawled under the ground and had to plug in my laptop a few minutes ago. This is top quality stuff here.
I've been crawling under my tree to make sure that I don't overwater it. So I'm
you do a lot.
so like crawling around under things is kind of a bigger deal than it used to be. But it's kind of funny. There's nothing the Legion of Substitute Santas will not do to make sure holidays are happy for everyone. There we go. This looks like it's something. Yeah, I've never heard of this. I thought you were talking about the Gorn episode of Star Trek.
Empire? Who is that? That's a great logo.
That is a good logo. Larry, this is...
Found out one thing, Shorty.
What's that?
Not cut out to be a short order cook.
Wait a minute, you don't seem to understand. You may need my help. Without a job on the Star Station, you could be deported for vagrancy.
Multiple arms.
That was simply
Four
just
arms.
fine. I don't
I only got 4 arms.
I just want to go back to her.
The one supressive contender is simply no match.
Wow.
Time champion, Horn. Winner is just a pathetic shadow of his former self.
The entire movie looks like it was
Where I
made
come
with
from, we teach our kids manners.
stuff they found from Buck Rogers.
Yeah. It's like just clips of the movie.
It is just clips of the movie.
Huh.
I do like the homage to the Hobbit, though. You know, that is Andler is like dressed as Bilbo Baggins.
I heard about you, but I find it very difficult to believe. I mean, an earthling.
I keep forgetting that actress's name.
You're the guy who
Claudia
She was on Babylon 5.
Claudia Christian.
Claudia?
about the arena
Yeah.
scene?
I'm pretty sure she's been at San Diego Comic-Con every year, but last year.
Hector goes, well, that's a thing. Yeah, this doesn't look like something I would have watched even back in the day. Although, oh my God, there was a made-for-TV
Stop sharing.
TV episode called "The Archer Against the Empire," and it was so clearly some kind of like something like that, right? Where it was a Universal show because all of the crap was from Battlestar Galactica, and they just threw it on horses and went, look, it's medieval fantasy time, and it's kind of like Lord of the Rings, but it's kind of like Star Wars. And the guy shoots a bow and arrow, but it's on fire. And I love that thing, and it made that look like Citizen Kane. And even as a kid, I was like, well, this is all just reused nonsense, but I am totally in. Anyway, talking about Starlog, I'm sure there's an article in one of the Starlogs about that TV movie.
The director of that was kind of like he did a bunch of like weird. He did a bunch of like weird movies. My rabbit hole, not you guys. Like he did the movie called The Dungeon Master, which is like so cheesy and horrible. I'll throw it in our shared drive. You can look at it if you ever want to see it.
Well, all I'm seeing is all these articles that you need to write for. Wait, have you not seen this?
Yeah, exactly. It's these all. I wish they wrote themselves because I just can't. My brain doesn't write them fast enough. So
Is it The Archer, Fugitive from the Empire.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Would you find it on your phone?
Did you find it?
Yeah. Wow. He must defeat an evil darker than darkness itself.
Wow.
Well, good luck, buddy.
Dude, the stuff that is in my brain. And plus Chris Sagasag, look at that. That is some hardcore nerd stuff. Now, how do we know Bilson and DeMeo? The Flash, The Rocketeer, Howard Chaykin worked for them. So I don't know if he's talking about that Arena movie, because if so, that would be hilarious.
I may have to write the Josie and the Pussycats article because I love that movie.
Oh, please. We were just listening to part of the soundtrack last night coming back from school. The old, the old car has the shuffle on, and I have the Josie soundtrack. And it wasn't Five Small Words. That's my favorite song, but it was one of the other catchy songs they do. And Walker,
Five small words.
Yeah, Walker was like, he's like bopping along, and then he caught himself, and he's like, "Oh no, I hate this fucking band." And I'm like, "It's okay, man. Like girls can have fucking bangers too. He's like, "No, it's just the energy level's too high," and I'm like, don't you hit other sweaty teenagers like dressed like football players? Like the energy level's too high. I mean, all right, man, whatever. It was funny.
It is DeMeo and Bilson.
Nice.
Arena. Was that Paul DeMeo? He wrote Arena. He also did Trancers and Zone Troopers and Trancers. Trancers.
Yeah,
Jack Death.
I fucking love Trancers. That movie is amazing.
That's
which one was Trancers?
Jack Death, man. Dude, I'm not. If I have to,
do you know that actor Tim Thomerson? He played Ficus the Vegeton in Quark. There's me dropping my sci-fi knowledge, but he plays like this, futuristic film noir detective guy, and it's fucking great.
He is Tim Thomerson. Mark is the tennis pro in Who's Harry Crumb. The one that Annie Potts is cheating on.
Got it. There you go. Thank you.
And Helen Hunt's in the first Trancers. There you go. How about that?
Yeah, no, that's why I kept watching it. Like it's on a couple of times on HBO, but then you're like, oh, well,
sorry,
I hope that girl gets away.
yeah, exactly.
That was how I like interacted with sci-fi and adventure stuff when I was a teenager. I was like, I had to really buy into the characters and situations, and if the casting was a little off, I would just go. I would be Steve about it. I was Molly Ringwald, 3D Adventures of the no, sorry.
That's a good movie.
I was confusing Trancers with Screamers. That's Peter Weller.
Peter Weller, Sean Young.
But then, yeah, I think so. And then Scanners.
Wow, we know Scanners.
Yeah,
but I don't think. Wait, Screamers. Well, so here's the beauty of Screamers. Ready? I'm gonna bother you.
It kind of sounds like
two movies.
Yeah.
There's two movies.
Jennifer Rubin.
Yeah. Okay.
Who I'm blanking on her other. Nightmare, Elm Street. Jennifer Rubin.
Oh, nice. See, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Rabbit holes.
I feel like we were talking about something at the beginning of this thread. Now I can't remember.
I don't know. Where was it? Let's see. Let's go back.
I started reading the side here, and Phil said he loves Josie and the Pussycats, and for some reason that made me think of Kevin Bacon, and then I was like, yeah, I really like that Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. We watched that again, and then I'm like, speaking of rabbit holes, I'm like off into like, you know what? I think when I lost my car keys in 1987, I think I put them on top of my car and I drove away. I think that's what happened to him. Like, holy shit, Steve is talking. It's like, I better get back into this. So sorry about that. You mentioned some actress, and it pulled me back in because I was like, I've never heard of her.
Jennifer Rubin.
Yeah. Who is that?
She's the lead she's the female actress in Screamers, the movie that Mark is talking about.
Right. No, I know.
but
I
she was
really,
also.
I really was paying attention.
I mean, her big thing is she's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. It was. She just sounded like I should have known her, but I couldn't picture anything. And so if she's a B movie horror chick, that's why.
Yeah, I think if she's not at San Jose GalaxyCon, she was probably at San Diego Comic-Con. So
unless you're Linnea Quigley or Julie Strain, I'm not going to have followed your work.
Who's a woman from Farscape that's in love with you, Steve?
What? From the show this year?
Well, no, the one, not her. The one from Mad Max. I can't think of what her name is. Virginia Hay.
Yeah. The one from Mad Max.
We saw her at a convention in New Jersey in 2000. And she was very smitten with Steve. She's like, ooh, look at you.
Before I thought that, whatever.
That's awesome, though. Because that's not usually how that goes.
No, not at all.
At a con.
Yeah, definitely not.
Hey,
very nice. Wait, what was that?
Huh?
Those Farscape actors back then were 100% in the comics. I
can see that.
Oh, totally.
There was I forget because it's going to be 22 years ago now, but there was a comic book store owner that used to keep them supplied. They were like, I know you guys are shooting your show and we love your show, and all I can do is make sure you guys have stuff to read when you're sitting around. And so he would drop stuff off there. And once I found out about that, I would send to Australia to him, like, dude, here's a whole bunch of Planet Lair stuff. And so then one year, the guy who played the Chewbacca guy, there was a big character there. Dargo, yeah. The guy who played Dargo came over and said, hey, man, and told me that whole story. I think the guy's name was George something. He's like, oh, yeah, George sends your book, and I want to tell you we really like it. And I was like, wow, that's fantastic. I really like your show. And he's like, oh, all right. And that used to happen all the time. Can you imagine stuff like that going on now at the show? He would be walking around with 15 security guards.
Oh, easily. Unless he was wearing a child's Ant-Man
his plastic Ant-Man suit or something.
That's still my
Joss Whedon.
That's still my favorite. Wait,
what happened?
Steve and I were walking around. He uses celebrity sniffing powers, and this 3/4 behind thing of a guy wearing a store-bought Ant-Man suit. And Steve
hold on. This is before Ant-Man came out.
Steve just looks up and goes, "Oh, that's Joss Whedon," and just goes back to what he was doing. I was like, so then we follow him, and he's talking, and oh my god, that was amazing.
But it was
tell the details. It was before Ant-Man came out.
We're walking around, and he's wearing an Ant-Man costume before Ant-Man comes out. Before you could probably go into a store and buy the Halloween knockoff Ant-Man costume.
Yeah,
and
but it wasn't a particularly good costume.
No,
right?
It wasn't. But it was
he was wearing Paul Rudd's, right?
Right.
But he had something that it made it stand out a little because you were like,
"There's something wrong here."
He didn't make that, but it's also not good.
Yes.
So
and he also,
Steve, it's always your trick. Look at their sneakers. If their sneakers are
that's always don't give away all my
than your
secrets,
car.
man. Don't give away all my secrets. But
anyway, that was a good one.
Yeah, the sneakers is that I'll give that one for free. And if you're walking around a con and someone's wearing a mask and they're wearing $5,000 sneakers, probably a celebrity.
It's probably Tom Holland.
It 100% is Tom Holland.
You guys
always.
Do you know? Can you look at a pair of sneakers and go, that's a $5,000 pair of sneakers? Because I can't. Don't sneakers just look like sneakers?
Yeah, a lot of them, but I have
Larry,
you sweet soul,
you sad little boy. I mean, I've paid a lot of money for crazy sneakers, but that's because they were in a movie or a TV show or something.
Yeah,
not because they were a particular cool brand of sneakers. Oh, celebrities.
Did you ever get the Back to the Future Part 2 sneakers that came out 10, 20 years ago?
I think he'd be retired. What do we? They're like
Oh, really? Are they like
$100,000 or something like that.
Not the official Nike ones. I didn't get those. I had ones that people made, and I
Yeah.
actually gave them to my buddy Gabriel Bautista. He drew this really cool Wolverine and made a phone cover out of it, and he was showing me, and I was like, man, that's awesome. Can you send me that art? I'd love to make that. And he took it off his phone. He just gave it to me. Like, no, man, you could have it. Because we had the same kind of phone. I was like, cool, you must have these shoes. And he was like, what?
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's the kind of thing that happens in our house. In the office, there's all kinds of crap around here.
So it's funny. There's like the legit ones.
Like, you want an Oscar?
They're like $3,000. Like the Nike ones you could get for like $3,000 if you wanted them. And then I think,
I'm aware of this because speaking of LV426, speaking of bringing it all the way around.
There you go.
On April 26th, that's Alien Day, and Reeboks, like 5 years ago, did the real version, the Ripley version.
You got a pair, didn't you?
Well, I didn't, right? When they first did the original ones, they did these low top ones that they sold as Bishop things, and they're kind of like the thing, and they were close enough. They're cool, right? But they did the real versions. They're basically, instead of just high top sneakers, they're like boots. They go up to like just under the knee.
Yep.
And I don't have those, but those go for like between $3,000 and $5,000. But the thing about it, they only did 426 pairs, and no sizes for women.
Like, I remember that part. It was just all men's sizes.
There's a way though. You guys can fix this PR nightmare. Just fucking do those shoes, and everyone will buy them, and do them in all the sizes. And they're like, "Oh no, we can't," because then all the shoe collectors will be mad at us. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, what are those? Yeah, $2,000. Yeah, those are the ones I don't have. I have the regular short version. It looked like there was some up there. They're like $1,000 really, because I wear mine. Anyway, so I do follow the shoe stuff, but it has to be something like that. I know all the cobblers in LA that make the Star Trek boots and stuff. Yeah, the shoes and costumes. I sent Steve that pic of the Doheny Surf Club thing.
Yeah.
I was looking at, because I was gonna wear it today, my cool cyberpunk jacket that I made, and I got a cool. Do you guys know what Fabric of the Universe is? It's a cool anime cyberpunk real world fashion place down in LA that sells just wackadoodle stuff, and it's too expensive, but like it's cool as shit. So I'm an old man. I can't carry it off. It's all for young, thin men and women. But every once in a while, they'll have like a backpack or gloves or something cool that it's like, oh yeah, that'll work for a costume. And the thing about my jacket was I don't really have something. I need something on my head because the old bald man, you need. But like baseball caps kind of don't work. Like, I don't know. It needed something cool and science fiction-y. And these glorious motherfuckers did a thing called samurai hat.
It's a bucket hat. I'm just looking at it. It is insane.
Wait, will you share that? I want to see it because I was going to look it up.
It's basically a baseball cap with this like samurai Darth Vader thing of cloth around the back.
Well,
and so they had
free press for Fabric of the Universe. But
I will, yes, it's not a paid endorsement, but I had such a good experience with these guys. I will look at this cool ass shit.
Oh.
Anyway, that's
awesome.
That's the big one. I got the B version, so it has their V, but it's embroidered on it. It's not like a big piece of metal because I'm not crazy. But I took the it's Samurai Bucket Hat B, whatever that is.
B, okay.
And anyway, so I took that Darny Surf Club patch and I put it over the V, and I was like, well, there you go. And I'm like, that's perfect because it looks like, it's something to keep sparks, like space sparks off your neck or something while you're doing your space mining. And then I have Surf Club Hawaii on one side and the Corte Madera stuff. So I'm like, oh, Darny Surf Club right on the front there. And so I'm like, well, if I give it that prominent spot, I'm gonna have to know what that is because people.
Oh, right, because someone might ask you.
Yeah, what's that? And so I did a little like research on it, and man, those guys are all badasses.
Oh, that's cool.
And so that patch came up that you got for like $5 or something at Alameda, and you're like, hey man, is this cool? And Walker was like, yeah, I'm gonna put that on my patch. I'm like, I took that from my hat. And but then I looked it up, and they're selling it. That it's a legit vintage patch, you know.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean,
so I'm like, so the cool thing is, I did see, and they have like a cool vintage T-shirt.
Oh, that says Doty
Surf thing, and it says Dana Point, California across the bottom.
Okay,
that's cool. That's what he wears under his jacket. There you go.
So you ordered that as well.
I ordered that. Yeah, Christmas.
Anyway, that hat is sick because it has like a tag to the back.
Yeah, there's
so
a
you
little.
could actually like clip it into your jacket if you wanted to. That's pretty. Like I've never.
I missed that style with the two like little like flaps hanging out the back of a cap. Like it was like a
hey,
cap.
Walker doesn't have his key. I got to go let him in.
Of course.
I'll be right back.
See, that reminds me of that shirt you had that one time with the logo, and your buddy at work was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were religious."
I never even noticed. I'm trying to think.
I see that logo all the time now. It's like, well, it was like he is greater than I or something.
He is
like
greater
that.
than I, and it was when I was working in Hawaii.
Signal, logo.
When I was working in Hawaii, you would just like I was, you know, I'm in the storage units and I'm just dying, dripping with sweat, and you're just like, I needed another shirt to just put on, so I walked into the local place and just grabbed the shirt, and I didn't even think of what it said. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, that's awesome.
There we go.
Oh, I didn't know it was like done and ready to go.
Yeah, I got it this morning and I put the patch on. I was like, all right, man, this is cool.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait to wear it out on the beach. It just looks like something that you should know about, but it's really weird. And
the quality looks great.
Yeah, man, it's really, if you want to do it, there's your little clip.
Yeah, that is so cool.
That's neat, but it's just like, look, it's just, textured fabric. It's really cool.
I have never heard of them, but I will definitely follow. The stuff is so cool.
Yeah,
one more time.
Fabric of the universe.
Cotton. I thought cotton was the fabric of the universe.
It's got cool stuff. There's our friend Carl Martin, who's no, you're funny, Mark. We all appreciate you. Thank you for your addition to the team. Our friend Carl Martin, who's the set designer on all the various Star Treks, was tipping me off to this cool fashion place with its high-end European fashion. And these guys just kind of give me the vibe that they looked at these other cats and went, yeah, that's a really cool idea, but not everybody looks like Kate Moss, nor has Kate Moss's bank account. So let's try to hit the kids that, okay, they're driving daddy's Beamer, but like they really like Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
It's like that's a lot bigger audience than you think it is.
Yeah, that is 100% the vibe. I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh yeah, that is like.
Is that Balenciaga?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Is that a reference to the Harry Potter?
I know things sometimes, other than through memes. But yes, I also know from the Harry Potter
Mark's merch, his merch, his T-shirt that says, I know things sometimes.
I'm smart. I'm smart.
No, just instead of that, I drink and I know things that Dinklage does. Like Mark's would be like a little more, come on, guys.
I know things.
Come on, guys. Anyway, yeah, I'm this story. The judge is still out on this hat, but I think with the other
with the whole
other dopey jacket that also has those straps with the hooks, and I've hung carabiners off it, so it has some weight. I think that whole thing together doesn't work with the paratrooper thing, but I think it'll be all right.
Awesome. The hat's great.
The little old man.
Time you're walking on a windy day and it goes flying off, but it's attached to your back, and you're like, oh.
No, it's attached to my back, but unfortunately, It's attached to the grenade, the LED grenade.
Oh yeah,
I'm digitally derezzed now because it accidentally came off in the weather. Anyway. Yeah, you know what?
Digital.
We were gonna give Saga Quatlu for something, but that reminds me, we have Dork Court swag.
Oh, you got pins. That's right. Yes, you do. Yes.
So if anybody says something cool, I have to send Phil something from Star Trek. I was doing a Talos 4 thing that I never finished, and I promised to send to him. So I will throw a Dork Court pin in to Phil. But if anybody else wants one, let me know. You know what? Some of the funny thing about having little funny things like that, they're just like fucking party favors, right? But people get really excited. And I sent one to my buddy Randall Armstrong, and I put it in like a little matchbox and made some kind of funny thing just to entertain myself, you know, as I was packaging it. And he thought that was A, the coolest thing ever, but B, it wasn't enough to protect it, and it snapped a little pin off. So, and he was like sad and thought that was just, you know, that was it. And I'm like, Randall, just tell me.
Send you another one.
I'll send you another one.
I still have the fringe patch you sent me.
There you go. Yeah, I just like doing stuff like that. I had extras of those, so it's like, all right. That fringe patch is cool because that was on one episode.
Yeah. And
the fringe community was like,
yep.
Yeah, but that's so cool. We actually have to have those now.
Well, it's funny, and I'm looking at my Starlog, and like the logo that he has on his jacket.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, I need that now.
Oh, they have those, man.
That's time easy, enforcement something or other. It's got to be out there, right?
Yeah, if you time cop patch, I guarantee you, sci-fi pins and patches.
How many you want?
It's on eBay, man.
Which reminds me, I never. Well, hold on. I have two. I want Larry. I got something for you at Alameda that I've been slowly building a little pile of stuff for you. And I actually have a little pile of stuff for Mark, but I realized last time we chatted, I didn't show it to you. But give me half a second.
All right. So anyway, there's the eBay thing I just posted, Mark. Click that link, and that's the patch.
All right, that was easy.
Yeah, I know. 2 seconds, right? Oh, there we go. Oh, dude, Max Headroom. That's awesome.
I found a Max Headroom cup at last Alameda.
As you know, I love all Max Headroom stuff of all time. I actually, the last time I talked to Dan, we were talking about Max Headroom, and I told him the Max Headroom's Guide to Life is the best book ever. And so tangentially, I was cleaning up my little thing next to my bed yesterday.
And you found it?
And I found it. I was like, oh my God, this irreplaceable book. I thought it was in my office downstairs somewhere. Next to my bed in my, stuff that has to come with me if the house is on fire.
You can move it to the shelf to the right of you.
Yeah, this the shelf here is good for smaller things.
Oh, is it an actual large book?
It's a pretty big. It's a pretty big book. It's his Guide to Life, man. There's a lot of things in there. Plus, he's always digitally stuttering. It takes a while. Something that would take like Stephen Colbert like a page takes Max like a page and a half. Page and a half.
Did you listen to that podcast I sent you with all the talk show hosts where they kind of shoot the shit like Colbert, Fallon, Myers?
Yeah, the Strike Team 5.
Strike Force 5.
Strike Force 5.
Yeah, Colbert tells a story about doing improv with Belushi back in the day. And Belushi liked to slap people on stage to kind of get a pop out of the audience. So then like he slaps one guy one day, and Colbert slaps him back because he's like, the only way he's going to learn is if you just slap him back. And him and Colbert.
John Belushi?
Yeah.
Colbert is that old that he would have been on the comedy scene with.
That's what it sounded like. That's what he's talking about. Unless he's talking about slapping another Belushi.
Maybe Jim.
Could be Jim.
Well, hold on.
That actually sounds more likely.
I got to do math here. Belushi died in 82. So 81 or 82. 81, 82. Hold on. Now I'm going to actually look. 82. He died in 82.
Oh, it was Jim Belushi.
Jim. Yeah, because I'm like, there's no way. Like, So who cares about Jim Belushi? What is someone watching Mr.
We can all slap Jim Belushi.
I mean, Mr. Destiny. Like, come on.
That's what's kind of cool about that, though, is that it took him a while to slap even Jim Belushi, right? Like most people would just slap Jim Belushi right away, but Colbert was cool about it. And he's like, one more time, and he's gonna have to pay. So that's what I like about that story. Way to go, Stephen Colbert. You held it together until it's time not to be nice.
Here's why I love the internet. Do you know, like, when you look up something and then it kind of people also ask?
Yes.
There's like that section. So it's obviously I'm looking up John Belushi, and it's like people also ask, and the next 3 topics, and this is what were John Belushi's last words? Okay, what happened to John Belushi? Here's the 3rd one, best one. Are Jim and James Belushi the same person?
Wow.
Are they?
Well, his name is James. It's James Belushi. Jim is his nickname.
Yeah, I kind of don't think that's funny because I have so much PTSD about the fucking airplane flying that, like, Lauren, apparently you have to, like, get your ticket in Lawrence Douglas Young instead of Larry Young because no one understands that Larry is short for Lawrence. So occasionally you'll get an old person who just goes whatever, and you go in and I never fix it. And then there's somebody who goes, no, I understand what you're saying. I do know that Larry's short for Lawrence, but there's a rule that your ticket has to match. There's just nothing I can do about it. And I'm like, well, I don't understand that because, last time I flew, somebody just waved me through. So there is something you can do about it. Right. Just ignore it. And they're like, okay, well, I was being nice, and now there's nothing you can do about it except go fix it.
All right. Really?
Yeah. So I went and fixed it, and then I said to Mimi, can you please just do Lawrence Young from now on? Like, I'm sick of this. But yes, that's a thing.
I would say, could you do
Jim and James.
Lawrence Larry Young? Or would it not let you do that?
I don't know. All I know is that, like, it never used to be this hard to go fly somewhere.
So wait till they find out that Larry is short for Lavathy.
The best one was, like, when you get because I'm an old man, right? And I don't like flying, so I get kind of anxious, and so I get all kind of like worked up, right? So then I go through that little fucking whiff detector, and they go, "Sir, can you come over here? Your crotch is on fire. We need to do the back of the hand thing." And I'm like, okay, that's cool. It happens all the time. But you just have to tell me, what are you looking for? And they go, well, it's just out of the ordinary. And I'm like, well, let me stop you there. It's not out of the ordinary for me because this happens every single time. So this is actually ordinary for me.
Right.
All I'm asking is that during this ordinary thing of behaviors, what are you looking for? What is so big that, like, my crotch is hot, and that's some kind of, like, security problem. And then now I've talked way too long, and the guy's boss comes over, and so I look at that guy and I'm like, I'm just asking a question.
Right.
And he looks at me and kind of keeps going, but he's got his eye on me the whole time. And that was, like, wildly unsatisfying.
Are you wearing the jacket at the time too that you're wearing now? Or
no?
Yes, and the hat, and
basically what it is, because I got loose clothes on, and they told me to take my belt off. Now my pants have sagged down, and all the, like, hot air is in a little pocket in my crotch now instead of nicely formatted in my pants. So that's basically what happens.
Is this
so then they're like, pick your pants up, and I'm like, well, you told me to take my belt off. This is a very frustrating experience, guys. Like, either you trust us or you don't. Anyway,
I think that's a good story to end on.
I just realized it's like that has nothing to do with science fiction in any way, but maybe a commentary on the society that we live in today is very science fiction.
And we'll fine tune these as time goes on.
I will wear this the next time I have to go flying somewhere, though.
I will also figure out how to make it so that you can both share your screen.
I think that's overachieving, Steve.
Yeah.
I do love that your thing says Mr. Steve. I got to tell Mark. Tell Walker that.
Well, you kind of alluded to maybe he would show up, so I said I'll just put it on just in case. But
yeah, he did. He had to turn in his football gear today, so he was a little later than usual.
Oh.
So the poor bastard.
Steve, I just heard your daughter huff and walk out of the room.
No.
Walker's not showing up. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I told her I was doing this, and she's like, "Okay, whatever, Dad, whatever."
I should get. I've been telling Walker, it's like, dude, you got to get one of those pictures. Like, just pick a really good one. We'll get some 8x10s made.
Oh yeah, headshots,
autographs, and just
yeah,
fucking mail those around to people.
Hell
and
yeah.
he won't do it. I'm like, that's your mother talking. Like me, I'd have collect them all.
Yeah, trading cards. Definitely for Comic-Con. Do
we have rare hollow foils?
Do Dork Court cards. You start working on your stats on the back. What are our stats going to be?
I like it. I'm gonna I'm gonna find an old baseball card that has something random on the back, and I'm gonna mimic it. Anyway, I'm not telling you what I'm doing.
Yes, please.
Or you can do like make a puzzle. Make a puzzle.
That's going to be our business cards. No, not the puzzle.
Yeah, but not have any more other pieces to the puzzle.
Yeah. Just like a random foot.
Just
like all six.
Right. Like shit, I need like 8 more of these, and then you realize that none of them are actually.
That is completely on brand for us.
Yeah.
Yes. Budget approved.
Yeah. Nice. I still got to crack the whip and write that Savage Dawn dopey article.
Yes.
So my zine is
crack the whip.
10 pages.
Anyway, sounds like Mark's got to go. I actually have to split too.
Yeah, man.
Thanks so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for, of course, but
the pilot episode.
Yes, I love it.
Super fun. Back here next Thursday, right?
Yes, sure. Let's do it.
Sure. It might be more professional, even.
Why not? Well, thanks
later, guys.
Tuning in.
Everybody. All right. Yeah, that was awesome. See you guys. End stream? Yes.